Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel Green Crystal. Today I'm here with type of animal tissues. Okay, in my previous video I have explained about plant tissues, that is meristem, and then simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues, etc. So now we'll move on to animal tissues. These are the different types of animal tissues: muscular tissues, epithelial tissues, connective tissues, and nervous tissues. So we know that in animal tissues, before the start of the lesson I have given a short introduction about the tissues, so I don't want to give the introduction again here. So now we'll move on to directly epithelial tissue. That is the first type of animal tissue, we can say. So in epithelial tissue, it is a covering or protective tissue. Okay, it covers either organs or cavities, and it is a big barrier to separate the different body systems. It again separate the body system, like the first example I can say is skin. Okay, first example is skin, then lining of the mouth, lining of the blood vessels also, and lung alveoli, as well as kidney tubules, etc. Okay, so here how the cells are tightly packed. Just have a look in your book at page number 75. See here how the cells are. Okay, just have a look in all this diagram at page number 75. Okay, then here the cells are tightly packed, continuous sheet, like our skin is the best example here. Okay, our skin is the best example. Cells are continuous sheet like covering, and they are tightly packed, no intercellular spaces, almost no intercellular spaces. Okay, anything which enters or leaves the body must cross at least one layer of epithelium. As we know, it is a barrier to separate the different organs and different body systems. So whatever is entering in our body and whatever is going out of our body, it has to cross at least one layer of epithelium. That's why it plays a very important role. It plays a very important role in regulating the exchange of material between the body and the external environment, and also between the different parts of the body. Okay, so it is a very important barrier against the external environment and this internal environment of the body and different parts of the body. Got it? So whatever may be the type of the epithelium, all the epithelium are usually separated from the tissues inside it. Okay, like if we have, like, see, I'm showing one diagram here. So outer wall of the stomach. Okay, so if it is made up of epithelial tissue, it is being separated inside. Whatever the tissue is there inside, it is being separated with a extracellular thin, like fibrous membrane. Okay, whatever may be the type, whichever we will learn about the types of epithelium here. Again, it is usually separated from the tissues inside it by a basement fibers. Okay, by a basement fibrous membrane. Next we'll move on to different types of epithelium. Okay, so depending on the different structure and related to their functions, whatever the functions they do, the epithelial tissues are divided into different types. So first type is, I can say, the simple squamous epithelium. Okay, simple squamous epithelium. This is the first type. Second type is cuboidal epithelium, and third type is columnar epithelium, columnar or ciliated we can say, and the fourth type is stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, fourth type is stratified squamous epithelium. So this squamous epithelium, it is here the cells are very thin and flat. See how the cells are here, it is very thin and flat. Okay, cells are very thin and flat. It is mostly found in the blood vessels and alveoli, and also the esophagus and mouth lining, inner lining of the mouth. Okay, so it transports the substances, mostly transport the substances, and so it has a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, remember it has to transport the substances like blood vessels do. Okay, so and alveoli, so it exchange the gases, no. So it has a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane is a membrane which allows something to pass through it, but not all the substances. Semi-permeable membrane, it allows the certain things to pass through it, not all the things. And here the cells are very thin and flat, which forms the delicate lining. Okay, as we know how the blood vessels are, and skin, and our skin is also a good example of for this. Okay, so but in skin we have many layer of epithelium to protect our body, and this kind is called as stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, why it is stratified? That means strata means layers. Strata means layers. That's why the skin, it has many layer of epithelium. It is called as stratified squamous epithelium. So next we'll move on to columnar ciliated epithelium. Okay, so it has tall long cells, pillar like cells. Okay, it also has a cilia, hair like projection. So it has hair like projection on the outer surface of the cell, and which is also called as cilia. Cilia moves the mucus away from the tract, as mostly these cells are found in the respiratory tract and all. So these cilia help the mucus go away from the respiratory tract or whatever the tract is. So therefore it is also called as columnar ciliated epithelium. Next, the fourth type is cuboidal epithelium. So as the name shows, the cells are cube like. Okay, cube shaped, as we see the sheet of pav. Okay, pav bhaji, pav. So like that we are finding this cube shape, that is cuboidal epithelium. It forms the lining of the kidney tubules and salivary gland. It forms the lining of the kidney tubules as well as salivary gland, and it also gives the mechanical support to the particular organ where it is present, and it is sometimes it is specialized as a gland cell. Okay, which help in the secretion of hormone at its surface, and sometimes when they are forming a duct like fold inwards. Okay, duct like folding inwards to form a gland, and this kind, when they are in this shape, they are called as glandular epithelium. Got it? So here we finish about the epithelium. These are the different types: squamous, simple squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, and stratified epithelium. So next we'll move on to second part, that is second type of the tissue, that is connective tissue. Okay, connective tissue we'll move on. So now in connective tissues there are of many types, and mostly connective tissues are loosely arranged with spaces between them, and cells are embedded in the intercellular matrix. Okay, embedded, fixed, like embedded in the intercellular matrix. Sometimes this matrix may be sometimes jelly like, as in cartilage. We will learn about cartilage next. And sometimes it is like fluid, as in blood, and sometimes it is dense, as in tendon and ligament, and sometimes it is rigid, as in our bone. Okay, and two more. After learning these all types, we will learn about areolar connective tissue and adipose connective tissue also. It depends on the function of the connective tissue. The matrix is also differs. So the first type of connective tissue we will learn about is blood. Okay, it is blood. Blood is a type of connective tissue which has fluid matrix. Okay, which has fluid matrix, and the matrix is also called as plasma, which is made up of proteins, salts and hormones. It is made up of protein, salts and hormones. And in the matrix of plasma, RBCs, that is red blood cells and white blood cells plus platelets are suspended in it. Okay, blood flows all along our body and it transports the gases and digests whatever the digested food, and also the hormones and waste material from one part of the body to another part of the body. That's it about the blood. So next, second part of the connective tissue is bone. Okay, second part is bone. So here we know how our bone are. It forms the framework of our body structure. It supports our body, it connects the parts of the body, and it anchors the muscle to the body. Okay, it is a strong, non-flexible tissue. Okay, and cells are embedded in the hard or rigid matrix. As I told before, cells are embedded in the hard matrix, and this matrix is made up of compound of calcium and phosphorus. Okay, matrix of the bone is made up of compound of calcium and phosphorus. It is very hard, very rigid, and what happens when the two bones has to be joined to each other, then the type differs here, that is called as ligament. Okay, ligament is elastic, it has the elasticity in it, very little matrix will be found, and it has a little strength. When two bones join each other, remember here two bones join each other, then what will be there in the between? It is ligament. And when bone is joining to the muscle, it is connected with the tendon. Tendon is fibrous, it has great strength and limited flexibility. Okay, so next we'll move on to third type of connective tissue, that is cartilage. Cartilage have wide spaces between it. Okay, wide spaces between the cells, and the matrix is solid. It is made up of protein plus sugar, and it smoothens the bone at the joints. It smoothens the bone surface at the joints, and it is present in the nose, ear, trachea and larynx. Okay, as we know how the nose, our nose and how our ears are, we can just twist it, we can just fold it like so. The cartilage is like that. So next type is areolar connective tissue, and this areolar connective tissue, where does it found? It is found between the skin and the muscle. It is found between the skin and the muscle, and sometimes around the blood vessels also, and some near the nerves, near the bone marrows, inside the bone marrow and all, and it fills the spaces inside the organ. Whatever these organs will be there, no, inside the organ, if some space is there, it fills up that space. Okay, it supports the internal part and internal organs of our body. What? Areolar connective tissue. And it also help in repair of the organs, repair of the tissues also. Okay, so now fifth type is adipose connective tissue. As the name shows, adipose means it stores fat. So it is found below the skin, and it acts as the insulator. Insulator means it protect our skin from outside environment. If the cold is there, if we are having, our body is having more fat, we are not feeling more cold. Okay, so it is found between the internal organs, and cells are filled with the fat globules in adipose tissue. Just have a look at this. See here, type of connective tissues, page number 76. Okay, so first one, this type of connective tissue, this one is areolar connective tissue. Okay, figure A, this is areolar connective tissue, filling the spaces between the organs and all. Okay, and this one adipose connective tissue, fat globules. Okay, big fat globules. And this one is C1. What is this? Matrix of the bone. Okay, compact bone, how the cells are hard, very rigid. Okay, and here this one D is what? Your cartilage. Okay, intercellular spaces will be very much. Okay, matrix is made up of sugar and protein, very soft to touch. Okay, when compared to other bone, we can fold our bone in ear, but we cannot fold our bone here in our arm. We cannot bend here, right? Because it is very rigid. And when our ears and all, we can just fold. Okay, so the last type, this is what lymphocytes and type of the blood cells. Okay, whatever the blood cells, connective tissue, one of the type of the connective tissue is blood also is there, right? So in blood, these types of cells are just suspended. Okay, so that's it for today. Inshallah, next we'll move on to muscular tissue and nervous tissue in my next video. Okay, Allah Hafiz, Jazakallah Khair. If you like my teaching, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Allah Hafiz once again.